Relapse in this bitch.
My name's Ben Hayden. Everyone knows me Huskii. I'm a rapper, bro. Fucking from Wollongong. Growing up in Wollongong as a kid, it's a bit different to up here, but like there's still the same problems. You know what I mean? There's drugs everywhere. Fucking my parents bad on them like heroin back in them days, and they ended up giving me up fucking to my grandparents, and then foster families, and then back to my mum eventually, and then to my dad, and then my mum ended up going to jail for 8 years. She shot someone in South Australia, so she was stuck over there, so I didn't even really see her. I couldn't get over there to visit her. She did that. I'm not sure if she did the whole 8 years, but she fucking got, I seen the paperwork, that's what it said. She might have done a bit less. When I was older, I started living with my mum and that again when she got out of jail, and because she's an old prostitute from back in the days, she has that persona, and you know, she's like well respected by the younger girls, and a lot of good reputation in jail, in and out the system, in all over the country, not just New South Wales. So a lot of girls were coming out of jail to my house, living at my house, working out of my bedroom, and I didn't have a bedroom. I was sleeping wherever the fuck. But it didn't really bother me at the time. I didn't know that it was fucked up until I'm reflected as I older, like a man, bro. I fucking thought, well, like a lot of dark shit happened back then that I was unaware of, you know what I mean? Like I remember getting my dick sucked by these fucking 4 girls when I was like 12 or something, bro. Thinking it was like, alright, I remember some fucked up shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I already grew up where talking about stuff like that was a bit touchy. Because as a younger kid, 6 or 7, I was molested by my mum's boyfriend continuously, and I put him in jail, and because he was a big heroin dealer, so she had a big habit, and the impact of him going to jail from me supposedly opening my mouth, she used to call me a dog and this and that. So like, by the time I got older, and like my house was a fucking brothel and that, like, and I pretty much only knew women. I just grew up around women and girls. Like I thought this shit was normal, bro. So like it's fucked up. Wollongong is a bit of a dark place, man. And now there's ice, and that all happened too. Like, fuck, man. My brother's now running around on the ice. Fucking, my dad's on the ice, unrecognisable. Like I got on it for maybe 4 years straight when I was 17, 18, 19, 20. In and out of jail for them years, and fucking. Never get that back, you know? And it makes me cringe just thinking about it now. It's fucking disgusting, and I see kids still doing it. It blows my mind. Like back then, I didn't really know. It was like popping a pinger. Like every kids in high school were like, well, you popping pingers and eat this goey, and then here, smoke this half a point of ice, stay awake for 3 days, and then we all just fucked our lives, bro. And yeah, bro, a lot of my friends, they didn't make it, you know what I mean? It's what it is.
Recently you sort of came out about being a survivor and stuff. Like, what made you decide to come out on it, and like, how do you feel now that you've like sort of talked about it?
A lot of people hit me up about like it helps them and stuff, but I don't know, bro. Like I kind of detached myself from that person that I was. So maybe even saying that stuff, it's not even a release for me. I'm talking about someone else. I'm referencing a fucking kid that doesn't exist anymore. You know what I mean? So it wasn't much. It hasn't kicked into me yet. It didn't fucking make me feel any better. If anything, it made me feel like the world's just gonna use it against me now in the future. Like fucking. It's a weird subject, you know what I mean? Like to this day, I've still never sat down with my girlfriend and told her what happened, and I've danced around the subject with many people, and I've seen a lot of people do it too. Like I've seen a lot of girls that I know have been through the shit that just don't want to talk about it, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like I fucking can relate, but like you can't push someone into doing something they don't want to do. But I definitely suggest everyone talks about their issues. Like it's the best way of expressing yourself. Like, and I know that because I'm a creative mind. That's all my whole life I have been down to the finest things. Like, bro, I rearrange my room in certain ways. I dress in certain ways. I'll create a fucking playlist and send it to all my friends just so I can express myself for that day. You know what I mean? Like, I will cut myself because I need to express myself. And to be honest, I write music to express myself clearly, but talking to someone is the best. It might be the hardest, but it's the best, bro. Like, if you can get someone to talk to and actually lean on them for a bit and just spill your guts, keep that kind of around.
Spoke a bit about your mum and your dad, but what sort of impact did they individually have on you now that you're a lot older?
But a big one, man. Like, I fucking mummy issues to the death, bro. All these bitches out here telling me. But, like, my dad was never really as much of an impact on my life. My dad, like, it's heartbreaking, the story. And, like, it's sad to say that, like, he's on drugs and the drugs took so much of an effect of him that he couldn't raise his own fucking kids. And a lot of cunts don't relate to that and don't even know sympathy for him. But, like, as being on drugs myself for a bit there and stuff, like, I understand. He never tried to hurt me, you know what I mean? Like, he just wasn't ready. He was young. And he wasn't ready to be a father. And that's it. And he never come in and out of my life and fucked it up. He was robbing banks and shit. It's fucking... I can't even say what else he was doing. People would know what he's doing if they know my dad. They fucking... He went to jail for robbing banks. He come out 9 years. He's clean as fuck. He's well dressed, well looked and fucking shaped up. He's typical, like, meathead from jail and just started running amok in the city, and then, like, that didn't affect me as much. I have respect for that cunt. And I grew up around men like that, so I already looked up to men like that. But my mum, I grew up with my mum mostly, and fucking, she had a big effect on my life, bro. It's very dark. I've never met a person like that in my life. I've seen her fucking do things. She's dead now, bro, so it is what it is. I tell her, I've seen her stab cunts in the face while they're asleep. I've seen her fucking walk me to the park to get heroin and then just, like, fucking just, like, straight, like, fucking just pepper some cunt with 5 shots while I'm in the fucking park. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Some poor Asian cunt down in Melbourne. Oh, brother, like, I've seen her do some really bad things, bro, and I've seen her have her boyfriends do things to men that I, to this day, question. Like, when I tell you that my mum went to jail for 8 years for shooting someone, I'll tell you the story. She was with a big Maltese fucking drug dealer. He's dead too, so fuck the dog. He's the kind who fucking was doing things to me when I was younger. And that kind of didn't give me closure too, because he died in prison from fucking hepatitis. And, like, I always grew up thinking I'm going to chop this cunt when I get older. And that's how I had dealt with it. But, like, in reality, I wasn't ever gonna, but that's helped me. And then I found out he died. It crushed me. And my mum was with him for a bit, and he had a kid to another chick. And then my mum was living with him, obviously, for a year or a few years. She took the kid out of the shower one day, and then the kid apparently said, "Do this to me like mummy does," and it was obviously something sexual. And then my mum goes, "What did you say?" to the kid, and then the kid said, blah, blah, blah. So then my mum tells her man, the kid's father, said, "Look, this is what happened. He just come back from his mum's house, and now he's saying this to me. We need to do something." My mum's like, "I'll sort it out." So she went around there, shot this bitch, left her in the bathtub. Like, my mum reckons that, like, my family's not Christian or nothing, but my mum always reckons, like, there's a God, bro, because, like, she goes, "I held this woman underwater for fucking 10, 20 minutes and shot her 3 times, and, like, she still lived." Like, if it's not your time, it's not your time kind of thing. And I don't believe in that shit, but whatever. She didn't do it properly. And she got done, but she kept her mouth shut, and they come out and looked after her. And fucking, like, that. Bro, that was the best time of my life, cuz, when she was in jail. I was fucking living with my grandparents and stuff. Like, that's where I learned to have a heart. Living with my grandparents and actually having someone that I knew loved me. Like, it was hectic. And then fucking, yeah, bro, she come out and just fucked me up, bro. She come out, she was clean. And I was like, bro, that's my mum. And I seen a real person, and then straight back on the drugs and not making appointments to come see me and leaving me out fucking I remember one time it was my birthday. She promised she was coming over. I had a birthday party going on in the backyard, and I said, I'm not coming until my mum comes. I sat at the front, fucking blistered up, sunburn, waiting for this bitch. Slept out in the front, like in the front yard. Like she just fucked with me my whole life, in and out of my life, in and out, coming with different men. She's an evil person, bro. She was with this dude once, who she was with for about 5-6 years. I seen this dude do some fucking terrible things for her, bro. Like, this cunt would be like, jump. My mum would be like, jump. And this guy would be like, how high? And he's got 130 kilo meathead, bro. He's done jail for the whacking cunts. Just come out 15 years, done murder whack. And doing terrible things for my mother. And then he gets sick. And then my mum gets this new man in like a week. And then robs the whole house while he was sick and couldn't move. And left this cunt on the fucking mattress on the floor, bro. And like, this guy would kill for my mum, bro. And I'm like, wow, if you could do that, cunt. Like, and that's just, we could go all day, bro. Oh, fuck, bro. The biggest lesson I could tell you is about prison is not that you're gonna get raped, and it's not that, it's just you're gonna be surrounded by fucking gronks, bro. Like, there's gonna be a bunch of cunts that you can't even have conversations with. They're out here trying to fucking outdo each other. I did this rip. It's like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm in here trying to see my family, and it's just a bunch of gronks, bro. That gets me down, cuz it sucks my creativity out of me. I hate jail, bro. I fucking hate it. I went juvies, Acmina, fucking did a bit of time in fucking Grafton, Acmina, juvie, with all Koreas, and it was just fucking heavy days, like being the only little white cunt there, and like I grew up with brothers anyway, so it's alright. Like, my sister's Aboriginal, like, I grew up with the brothers anyway, so it's alright, but still, like, you get pressed by a few country cunts that are like, fuck you, and like, it was hard. I knew I hated it from then, but I didn't learn my lesson, and I went to jail again when I was 18 for some fucking petty shit. Like, I think just I was already on like a good behaviour bond, Section 7 bond. I used to get a lot of chances as a kid because they knew my life was fucked up. Most of my shit's all on records with docs and blah, blah, blah. Like, they knew. So they cut me a bit of slack. There's a certain thing, it's called like a something act. And they would put me under that. And I would get some time off, or they'd give me some lenience or something, you know what I mean? And I ended up just racking up charges. I ended up going to jail for petty shit, like fucking possessions and failure to appears and stuff, and doing 3 months for the first time. And I was stabbing some cunt, doing fucking, I got 24 months, I ended up doing 18 and got out. Like, fucking, it's when I was young. And when I was 18, I went to jail and I fucking ran into my dad, bro, in Darcy, in like the first little section, like the reception part of Silverwater. I just was like, I haven't seen my dad in fucking years, and there's my dad. Like, he was crushed, but I was like, fuck, familiar face at least. And I could tell he was crushed, bro, and like, telling me fucked up stories. My girlfriend was pregnant at the time. And I was like, I don't want to hear your fucking stories, bro. He's trying to like educate me like an elder. But bro, you're not my dad. Like, don't talk to me like that. That's just how we have always been. And then tells me a story about how like when he was 18, same age, and me and my dad looked the same, bro. So like, it's probably spooky for him, bro, seeing the same exact jail that he was in, the same exact area. Silverwater's old, bro. He's gonna fucking, when I was 18, fucking, I was in jail. Your mum was pregnant, and then fucking, she come for a visit, and then when she left, my dad seen her like on the back of a fucking Harley or something with some bikie cunt, and she was kissing him or something. And my dad's dad, my pop, come in and visit and told my dad that, and then my dad tried to kill himself and fucking cut his arm with like a baked bean tin or something. And it's just like, and I was full thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna slash out. They're gonna put me in fucking mental ward or something. I'll get out of here. You know what I mean? Fuck jail. They'll let me out of here. Cause I used to think the world owed me everything. I was like, bro, what? These cunts can't lock me up, bro. Fuck this shit. I fucking don't deserve to be here. And the world doesn't owe you nothing, cause you just get stuck in the system, and then I'll get out on parole, have a baby, live life for a bit. Then I was doing the staunch, I was doing the solid, I was making money, I was everything. I was doing everything for the family, and then I fucked it all up, cause I fucking ended up fucking couldn't handle the dramas with like my missus' postnatal depression and this and that. And then instead of fucking staying and trying to fight and work with her, I just thought she'll be so much better off without me. If I leave, she'll be alright. Like, she won't be fucking like, and then I just left, bro. And I threw my whole life away because of that. And then I got back on drugs, and I just went down the rabbit hole again, back in and out of jail. And then, fucking, I deserved to go to jail. I was a piece of shit. I was on the heroin, and I got clean again. After living body bag media studio and that, homeless as fuck, doing it rock. And then I met Lana, clean as fuck. I was eating Xannies and shit like that, but just having fun, you know, not like a full, like, I was running amok, but I wasn't a junkie. But like, we fucking started making money, we moved to Melbourne, we started doing everything. Life was great, bro. I fucking was with her for years, 4 years, and then got her pregnant. Fucking, and then bang, bro. I got done for an armed robbery on an Uber driver, cuz that, like, who the fuck's doing an armed robbery on an Uber driver in the first place? And, like, I swear to God I didn't fucking do it. No matter how cooked I was on the Xannies, I would admit that I fucking did it. Well, I punched the cunt in the mouth. And then he waited till the cops come. And then I've left. I wasn't fleeing the scene of an armed robbery. I was fucking walking up the road to call another taxi, bro. So I was waiting there when the cops come. And then, like, one of the mates I was with had a blade. So it didn't look good. It's just what it is, cuz. I'd rather get caught with it than without it, you know what I mean? But not in this circumstance. Someone's always got a blade. Like, fucking Sydney, bro. This cunt said that I put the arm through the passenger seat. No, the driver's side. I got out of the car, put through the window, the knife to his throat. I said, I don't threaten, I take action. Give me your wallet. That was the exact words I used. Bro, you fucking tell already I don't talk like that. And then the coppers believed him, cuz. I went to jail for fucking 9 months while my missus was pregnant, bro. Like, I went to jail for 6 months while my missus was pregnant. And we just found out. And she's probably thinking at the same time, like, this cunt's on Xannies. He probably did fucking do this. I was blacked out starting to think that I did do it too. 6 months later, some video footage comes out from a garage across the road that shows the fucking whole thing. And it shows that he gets out of the car first. He gets on the phone to the police. I've obviously been pissed off because he's kicking me out of the Uber. And I've walked up to him and I've gone, whack. And then I've walked straight away. There's been the only contact I had with him was just one step towards him, punched him, stepped away and just walked off. That was it. And that was like, it got me off. But it still took another 15 months after that for the trial to come. They didn't drop the charges because they just want to be cocksuckers. And then the day before the trial, they go, oh, we'll drop all the charges if you just plead guilty to assault. And you've already served 6 months, so we'll call it time served. And that's that. You know what I mean? But I just threw the biggest fucking spanner in the works, bro. Like, I fucking just got my life in order and I was just doing the righty and bang, bro, straight back to jail while my missus is pregnant and she's doing it rock without me. And then COVID and she couldn't even visit me and like, fuck, it was hard, bro. It was hard. And fuck, man.
How did having kids change you, or did they change you?
So much, bro. Like I said, like my whole life, even like when I said about my grandparents before, knowing that they loved me, I can say that now confidently, being a man now that they're dead, that I know they loved me. But at the time, being that fucking scarred up little kid trying to protect the fucking 6-year-old kid, I was my whole life just trying to protect this little 6-year-old, that kid didn't exist anymore. I was a fucking 20-year-old man, you know what I mean? Like, but I was still trying to just hold tight to this little kid that didn't exist in my head. And fucking, when I met my kids, when I seen my kids for the first time, when I hold them, I know my daughter loves me every day so much when I see her fucking face. Like, she wakes up, I walk in her room, the way she looks at me, bro, is just like, fuck. Like, I've never fucking seen that before. I never felt that with my grandparents. I wish I trusted them enough because I know that they did love me. I wish I trusted them enough to feel that. But when my daughter and my son, like, I don't have to question it, and I never will have to question it. Like, it's choking me up right now thinking about it because, like, it's crazy, bro. I love my kids, man. I love my daughter so much. She's fucking, like, the best thing ever, bro. My son's fucking running amok now. He's like a little menace. Hectic.
You've obviously gone through a lot of adversity in your life.
Yeah, bro, I've had enough.
Yeah. How would you say you overcome it?
I just do it every day, cuz I could just take it day by day. I remember you sent me this question, bro, and I thought, fuck, bro, I sat and tried to think of an answer for this question, and I do not have one. And I don't even think there is one. It's just whoever you are, you do what you do. Some people just fucking have it down pat, bro, but I didn't. And it took me a long time to get shit in order, bro. And if I knew the fucking answers, I'd tell you, but I really don't. Like, adversity's a motherfucker. Time heals everything, that's all I can say. Time fucking has helped a lot of things, but I still wake up dreaming about shit that happened when I was fucking 6 years old, bro, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know if that's overcoming adversity or not. It fucks me every day, bro. It's just, gotta hang your head up, cuz it is what it is. There's cunts out there with harder fucking lives.
Where did the name Huskii come from?
But that's a fucked up story, like, it just stuck, man. All my mates started calling me Huskii because I was getting on the heroin, and like when I get real smashed, my voice starts talking like this, and I'm fucking, I'm Huskii. And like, it just stuck, bro. Heaps of cunts have been like, that's a dog's name. I'm like, fuck him. Whatever, bro. Say it to my face. Lately, I've been just fucking stuck in a slump with COVID, you know what I mean? There's people in there invested in my music, bro, and like, I've just created the best music I've ever fucking made, and like, and I'm telling you, everyone that I show this music to says it's the best music they've ever fucking heard. Like, I don't know what to say, but I can't release it, cause like the investors, but they don't want to just release music when you can't tour and you can't drop a film clip because you can't film it the way you want to or the way you need to, like, you know what I mean? Like, you fucking film shit, you know the COVID restrictions, how much they fucking people up. Like, we can't do nothing. And all the people that I'm trying to film with now, like, look at all these 1-4 film clips, look at all these fucking, the brothers, look at all these cunts, they're all fucking doing like $100,000 cameras and shit, like chilling at all these cunts, bro. Like, so, if my music's the best in Australia, what these record label cunts reckon, I need the best film clip too, and they're not gonna fucking let me release my shit until they can do that. And it's taken way fucking too long for me. I've already made another project. I'm ready to go. I'm dropping shit on SoundCloud now from 2017, 2016. I just did fucking 3 Nirvana covers just because I didn't know. I was fucking bored in the studio, and I was like, what am I gonna do, bro? I can't even release music. I'm trapped. But it's not like a fucking, oh, you're in a shit deal. It's just like, out of respect for everyone who's invested time and money, a lot of money, we'll do it properly. And it's fucking, it's the music gonna be there forever, bro. So, just trust the process.
And what are you trying to achieve with it, like the music, or why do you do it?
To be honest, I just want to die happy, cuz. I just want to fucking leave behind something that I can die with. I've thought for a long time, like, there's been opportunities to sign massive deals and take money here and there, but like, that's not the objective, bro. Like, I've always had that kind of punk aesthetic where it's like I'm doing the opposite to what people really want me to do. Music wise, like, my fans might not see it, but like, when it comes to what the industry does, I'm not doing that, and I never have, and it's never fucked me up. It's always paid off for me. And whenever I do things, people start following along. And like, they could call it cocky now all they want, but like, there's years of evidence. Like, I influenced that many cunts in this country. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I influenced the favorite rappers of cunts in this country, and they will tell you themselves. And I'm not just having shots at like chilling it and stuff like that. Like, I'm talking about everyone that's been close to me has been affected by my music and has in some way been impacted by that in their own music. And that's fucking fact, bro. Like, everyone in Australia now. My new music is about to fuck people up, cuz, like, you watch. You see how 1-4 did this shit and everyone started doing all this drill shit? Wait until my music drops, and then watch how many little tapes come out after that are exactly the same. And I support that. I'm not saying don't do that. Let's fuck this shit up. This is Australian music, cuz, and like, I'm doing proper Sydney shit, where like, where it's 2021 and there's a lot of cunts going through the same shit, but we're not talking to each other about it. We're all going through this lockdown shit. We're all fucking going through fighting with our missus and that. We don't even know that our best mates are doing it too, because we don't talk about that shit all the time, bro. Keep that to yourself. We're all going through it, bro. And at the moment, Sydney has a sound, cuz, and everyone that's showing me their unreleased music, they all have a fucking certain sound. And it's coming out. And it's gonna be, I don't know how long it's gonna take to be all dropped. But I think in the next few years, there'll be a sound of Sydney hip-hop that was something like Melbourne when fucking Tram and Brad Strutt was back doing their days, you know what I mean? Like, not the same sound, but the same effect, where it was like, you hear a song and you're like, that's fucking Melbourne. That's a Melbourne rapper. That's a Melbourne rapper. That's a Melbourne rapper. Oh, he's from Sydney. That's what is coming. I tell you, proper Sydney music that will last forever.
Where to from here, man, for you?
Fuck, bro. Just keep making money, bro. I don't know. I really just want to be artistic. That's all. I just want to be creative, and I have been. I was scared for ages because the last 2 years, it took me 2 years to do fucking 12 months jail with these fucking get me out and get me back in and fucking. And I just felt like I had writer's block for the last 2 fucking years. But I understand now, but like, I wasn't living life. I had no experience. I had nothing to write off. I had one story to tell, kind of thing. I lived a bit of life, and I realised that I didn't lose shit, but I've only just got better. I pushed myself to write, and it worked. Fuck writer's block. There's no such thing as writer's block. You're either writing or you're not writing. That's how it works. Like, you're fully writing a song, or you're just fucking sitting there trying. There's no writer's block, bro. Just do the cunt.
What advice do you have for young people that look up to you, man?
Bro, try and learn from my mistakes, if anything. Because, like, I don't want to be doing this shit for nothing. It's not like that's their fucking goal, but, like, if anything, if you can learn from my mistakes, please do. I don't encourage anyone to go down the path I went. And a lot of people, like, it's just the day and age of just drugs, bro. Like, straight up. Every cunt is on drugs. It's bad. I see fucking heroin making a big comeback. Like, people need to be reminded that heroin is really bad. Like, because, to be honest, we seen what ICE did for the last 10 years that I forgot what heroin was. I didn't, but you know what I mean? The streets, these kids, these fucking PE classes, they forgot what heroin was, because it's not ICE and it's not doing what ICE was doing. But trust me, man, I see the streets. I'm out here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I know heroin is making a big comeback, and I've seen a lot of cunts on it. And once that fentanyl, and bro, we got big Asian like influence in Sydney and Australia in general. Like, once that fentanyl shit gets over here, cunts are gonna start dropping, bro. And these kids need to know that, like, stay the fuck off these drugs, bro. Stay the fuck off these drugs. There's no safe way out of this. And everyone's got depression, everyone's got anxiety, everyone's got shit to deal with, bro. But, like, fucking deal with it when you're young, because it's a lot easier. Don't go getting on drugs and fucking trying to mask it when you're young. You're gonna get old and fuck your life up. It is what it is.